Hi, welcome to the 6th week of our Ezra series. I hope you and your group are having a good time as we kind of dig into the Old Testament, look at some of the history and the prophets, look at some of the ways that Jesus is reflected throughout the Old Testament. There's a lot of value in the Old Testament for us as we try and learn who Jesus is. But this week, as we look at chapter 7 and 8 of Ezra, one of the things you're going to notice is that the worship kind of kicks up a notch. With the spiritual disciplines really coming into play. There's a lot of information and just historical information in these two chapters, but the thing that kind of undergirds it is the fact that Ezra is this spiritually disciplined person. He studied the Word, he obeyed it, he taught it, he even called for fasting and prayer as he was gathering the troops to get ready to go back to Jerusalem. And these are important things for us to notice because Ezra was this leader among the Israelites. In fact, when he got back to Jerusalem, everybody listened to what he had to say. And the reason I think that he had such a high place, he talks about this over and over about the hand of God being on him. But the reason I think the hand of God was on him, or the Spirit kind of pushed him and aided him in these different things, is because he took the time to practice the spiritual disciplines and get close to God, to become more and more in tune with who God is through His Spirit and through his body and his soul interacting with God. And these are hugely important for us. This week we're going to take a look at a couple of those spiritual disciplines, specifically studying, fasting, and prayer. And it's very important for us to realize that these are not just things that we do just to do them, but they're highly spiritual acts if we do them the way that we're supposed to, with the right heart, with the right motivation, and in humility, realizing that we are not God and that He is in control. So this week, as we study these things, I just hope you have a good time discussing these. Hopefully it's a little bit eye-opening for you and a lot of just understanding of what the spiritual disciplines are all about. And I hope you have a good time because part of the lesson this week is over the next week to try and study together with your group, fast together as a group, and pray together for each other over the next week. And that's going to be the application point for the whole lesson this week. So definitely do this, as even if your group isn't meeting this week. Take the time to try and communicate with each other and figure out what you're going to study, when you're going to fast, what you're going to fast from, and what you need to pray for each other. So that's it for this week. Have a great week studying Ezra chapter 7